Today's top stories. President Bush today defended his administration's actions to address the global financial crisis, including a $250 billion plan to buy equity in banks, saying that the program did not amount to a government takeover of financial institutions.
Some have viewed this temporary measure as a step toward nationalizing banks. This is simply not the case. The government's involvement in individual banks is limited in size, limited in scope, and limited in duration.
Bush will meet with France and the European Commission President tomorrow at Camp David to lay the groundwork for the meeting of the G8 on financial regulation. Hajatul Islam Ahmad Khatami said in today's Friday prayer in Tehran that the U.S. has made every effort to pass resolutions by the Security Council against Iran, but that the economic crisis it wanted to create in Iran happened against itself. Khatami went on to say, quote, "We repeatedly asked Europe to separate its account from that of America, but it is currently accompanying America and is therefore now going through a crisis. And now that America has injected hundreds of billions of dollars into its economy, Europe's economy remains in a coma." Khatami's sentiment was echoed by Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of Palestinian Hamas in Gaza, who said also in a Friday prayer sermon today, quote, "We see it as God's punishment for the criminals. Nothing is more unjust than occupying an Islamic state. Nothing is more unjust than keeping the Palestinian people under occupation for over 60 years. Iran today lost its bid for a seat on the UN Security Council, as Japan easily defeated Iran for the lone Asian seat available. Japan took 158 votes from the 192-member UN General Assembly, and Iran 32. Iran was expected to lose to Japan, since the Security Council has imposed 3 rounds of sanctions against Tehran for its refusal to suspend its uranium enrichment work. Iran's Deputy Prosecutor General, Hossein Zebhi, said yesterday Iran's judiciary has circulated a directive ordering the country's judges to reduce the sentences of those juvenile offenders who have been sentenced to death. Zebhi said, quote, "Defendants who are under the age of 18, regardless of the degree of crime they commit, in accordance with the laws of Iran, will not be excused, but rather will be sentenced to other punishments as established in the law." Zebhi added that the maximum sentence for a juvenile offender who commits a capital offense will be life in prison, which can be reduced to 15 years, with the possibility of release in cases of rehabilitation. Last month, Mohammad Mostafai, an attorney behind a campaign to end the practice in Iran, said that nearly 120 individuals who were convicted as minors currently sit on death row in Iran. These stories and more at IranVNC.com.